must be followed by deep-rooted vegetables. Tikati shallow rooted, tunena masamba otani. Shallow rooted. Shallow rooted, roots is what? Roots is nothing. Then the shallow rooted. Shallow rooted. Shallow rooted. Then the roots is then the shallow rooted. Then shallow rooted.
Sisi ya umu.
Hata masaba hapa sisi ya umu. Ndio kama sisi ya umu ndio ni kwa. Tikati shallow nani sisi mbele sima bila pansi kwa mbili. Leo sina sisi sima bila pansi kwa mbili Masamba yana yangi samadani. Sama bila pansi kwa mbili. Wao wanasema ile mstari madai.
Na bila basi.
Bila basi. Yeye ni masamba, mimi kisi yake, sima bila basi kwa mimi. Sima lo basi kwa mimi. Ame kwa tolia. Shamba ni veja mzee. Sisi sima ndani.
Sima bila basi kwa mimi.
Masamba mimi wanataka kutoka masamba, wao sisi sina basi kwa mimi. Ikajo sapo, uzaza masamba yenu. Uzaza ile masamba odi, sisi yake bebenya.
Balance.
Go deep. Ni vile basi kwa mimi. Oyamba na masamba, sisi yake sina basi kwa mimi. Ya hapo ndo la masamba aja. Ndio kutiza rasa masamba mimi, sisi yake nani? Ni bila basi kwa mimi. Sasa ya masamba mimi example to shallow vegetables. Masamba mengi kwa nini sababu bila basi kwa nini? Kwa hiyo mambo yale. So we have one shallow rooted. Another example of shallow rooted vegetables. Red. Mustard. Cabbage. Ndio mnajua tunaanga ile pumpkin leaves. Mustard, refu, cabbage. Nazo wanasikiliza vitu wapi? Sige kulaji. Zimela vitu wapi? Mustard, refu, pumpkin leaves, cabbage. What is good can you? Yes? They are leaf vegetables. So when you say shallow rooted vegetables, mainly this refers to leaf vegetables. See your vegetable leaf vegetable, shallow rooted. They are another shallow rooted. Examples of vegetables which are rooted. Examples of vegetables which are rooted. Masamba mene nizwake madani. Nizwake madani. What you want to choose? Limongazi. Onions. Okra mapita watu wambili. Carrot. cassava. Another
Potatoes.
So we have mentioned the examples of different advances. Some of them we have said cassava, potatoes, carrots, and onions. In which group of vegetables do these belong? To which group of vegetables do these belong? Cassava, potatoes, onions, carrots. To which group of vegetables do they belong? Root vegetables. Onions. To which group does it belong? Zagaria. Bulb vegetables. So this simply means that these vegetables should be followed by either bulb or root vegetables. Yes? Shallow-rooted vegetables must be followed by deep-rooted vegetables. Simply means these vegetables should be followed by either root or bulb vegetables. That wasn't the rules working every day. But you say it's like move on, right? What is the amazing vegetables? Many shallow rooted. But you say vegetables, many shallow rooted. That was a deep rooted. That deep rooted, the chili Joseph made chili root vegetable, avena, bulb vegetable. Examples of deep rooted. The bulb avena root vegetables. Let's go to the seed. It's not a bit. Well, you know something. You know what something. Only let us have it. Where I'm going to have shallow rooted pumpkin. Then we are going to, this year we are going to have onions deep rooted. That's it. You know then. What is good? What is good? What is good? What's the news about? Another point which we can also consider is that another point we should also consider is that these vegetables use a lot of nitrogen. Be followed by legumes, which fixes nitrogen into the soil. Whatever natural vegetables, they must have all the amalities. I'm going to say you want to judge. I am going to say you want nitrogen, masamba amasamba, amakusete wabili nitrogen. Jere kugalesa masamba ameniwa, zale masamba ameni amaongezera nitrogen, zamina kutoke right? Nati masamba amaongezera yote mutamba ameka nitrogen So we have looked at the meaning for the section of vegetables. What is the meaning for the section of vegetables? Meaning for the section of vegetables. Vegetables.
Growing vegetables, growing
vegetables simply means growing vegetables or the plants in a specific order. In a specific order. So we have looked at 2 points which we have considered when rotating vegetables. First, shallow-rooted vegetables must be followed by deep-rooted vegetables. Another point we should also consider is that if a vegetable which use a lot of nitrogen must be followed by legume vegetables which uses nitrogen use. Any question?
Palika grass kena kan. Ana charu kundiuza. Anandi basaka mai kufonya. Ndana kuti kasamaoneke. Kasamaoneke ndikaike munthumba ndandike hapo. Ande usandionese kukai. Aika.
Ala kujavula zuru.
Lugona pana kwacha kumenta bida mango ndisati.
Kubafa kujumbuzi.
Yuko kujumbuzi kokha. Yamani jambalu ndi wankazi napo samba.
Ndiwende ukusamba sabu kujumbuzi.
Anatuluka.
Ndiya kumako.
Ndonga Natasha.
Ndikaini.